Hello, welcome back to Resonant Rise. So, several things to do today. I think first of all, my goal currently is to make, let's have a look, to make a digital miner. Now to make that we need a robit, or robit. So we need various things. But before we do that, got a few other little bits and pieces to do. So we have got our power from our wind turbines. Where am I? Oh, on here. Now I was a bit confused before about this red thing here. On the wiki it says it means there's no, basically it doesn't have enough area, it can't see the sky or similar, which is clearly wrong. What it does actually mean is there's no power going out, it's not really doing anything. So at the moment it's full of power. So back to the separator. So it's full of oxygen. Now what I didn't realise, you can dump the hydrogen or oxygen just by clicking that button, or dumping access, which is quite good. So now what I want is a way to fill that up automatically rather than keep messing around with buckets. And for that we're going to make a pump. So let's have a look. So it's an electric pump. There we are, so we need this. So I've got everything ready again. Hopefully today, for the first time, I will have everything I need. So let's try it out. So, got enriched alloy, bucket, osmium. Then for the pipes, which we also need, we need steel ingots and another bucket. So, electric pump. Let's put our bucket in, our steel casing, enriched alloys, and 3 osmium ingots. So there we are, there's our pump. And we also need to make some mechanical pipes, so we just have the basic mechanical pipe. Like lots of Mekanism stuff, they can be upgraded. So that's just steel ingots and a bucket. So let's get 3 lots of those. There we are. Let's get some more cables. So we've got basic universal cable. Again, they can be upgraded. So we want to bring it up to here, and our water's down here. So was it this side? That might be a mistake. So let's go and put our pump down here. So we've got a water supply here, so let's put the pump down. So let's put it like that. That's it. I think the electric goes there. Perhaps that's, let's see anyway, that's the pipe that needs to go up to the separator. So there we go. So it's next to there. Which I of course can't get through. Oh, got to, can I get it? Yep. So I'm going to have to break the bottom one, I think. So into there, let's break that. Do that in a minute. Get those. Oops. Right, so that's all connected up hopefully. And then round into the back of here. So I'm going to have to dig this up, I think. Set. And up. There we are. Pipes are always so messy. Did I pick up that block? Yeah, let's put that back. Right, let's rig the power up. Let's get our basic universal cable. Oops. Let's get those out of the way. Let's bring this down. Let's see where it plugs in. I'm not quite sure. There's no obvious spot. Don't think that's. Oops. I don't think that's working. No. So it must be that other connector on the side, though it does look like another water connector. Yep, that's the one. There we go. So you can see it's sucking up the pipe, sucking up the water. So let's go and check our separator. And stop doing that, that's very irritating. So let's dump all. No, we can't dump the water. And that's completely full, and that is filling up there. So there we are, no need to mess around with buckets. Probably do some sort of switch to turn it on and off. I shall see what there is in Mekanism for that. Right, so now we've done that. One thing I didn't realise, if you put coal in the enrichment chamber or various other things, it makes compressed versions, which are worth 10 times more in the case of coal. Charcoal's worth 5 times more. But it doesn't work in a normal furnace, so don't use all your coal by compressing. So that makes it last a lot longer in the infuser, which is quite handy. So, now, as you can see, we've got our jetpack, but if we fall too far, we take damage, which is no good. So what I want to make is, what seems to be the best boots for this, are some free runners. There we are. So they're quite simple, but they do need energy. So let's make these first. So once they're charged, we can fall with impunity. We just have to make sure we don't let them run out of charge and fall down. So I think that's the stuff we want. So let's do these. Enriched alloy, 2 energy tablets. Need quite a lot of these in Mekanism. There we are. So let's go and see if we can charge it up in a wind turbine. I think we probably can. Just see how well our power generation is going. So that one's stable. Yep. So we've still got quite a bit of power there. Now the higher up these are, the more power they produce, but there doesn't seem to be any loss using the universal cables either, like there was in Buildcraft pipes and cables. So I did find in Buildcraft, to put these up too high, the power wouldn't reach anywhere near down to this level. So let's put, can we put those in there? That's it. Make that easier, we're going to make a, what's it called, an energy cube. And we'll put it down here and we use that for charging up. It's basically like the bat box in TechIt. So let's see what that needs. Again, it's upgradable, so we're just going to make a basic energy cube. So there we are. So it should have the stuff here. I think that's it. So steel casing, iron ingots, some redstone, and 2 tablets. There we are, basic energy cube. So we'll plug that into the system. Let's just put him down here. There we are, that's filling up. So we use that for charging up our boots. See how they're doing. Not in that one. I thought they were in that one. Oh, already charged. There we go. So we don't need to put them in the energy cube. Right, so let's just try this out. Let's not go too far away and die. That should be fine. There we are. So that took a tiny bit of energy, so that'll last for ages. So let's see how this is doing. So that's almost fully charged. So it doesn't take too much, the basic one, but it's just handy to have there. So now that's all working, we need to make the robot. Let's go back to him. To make an atomic alloy. So basically just to make that you need a reinforced alloy, and then before that an enriched. So you make the enriched by putting diamond dust or the compressed diamond, which is much better, with an enriched alloy, and that makes the reinforced. Then you put the reinforced with compressed obsidian to make the atomic alloy. So I've got that done. Need another 2 tablets. Need an electric chest, steel ingot, and refined obsidian. Now this is the tricky part. So what we need is an osmium compressor. So for that we need advanced control circuits. That needs the basic one with 2 enriched alloy, buckets, and other enriched alloy, and a steel casing. So I should have that as well, all ready to go. That's the wrong end. So what haven't I made? An energized smelter as well. So let's just make the energized smelter first to save our coal. So there we are, we have redstone, stained glass, steel casing, and control circuits. Let's find that again. So stained glass, steel casing. Have I run out of steel casings? Let's fix it. Controls, circuits, and the redstone. So there's our energized smelter. So that's just basically a smelter that runs from a power rather than coal. Now we'll see if we can make our osmium compressor. I seem to have not done enough steel casings, but that's not difficult. So we need steel casing, buckets. So there's our smelter. Let's put it down there out of the way. No, here it is. That's right. Now where's my advanced? So I haven't made the advanced ones yet, so yeah, that's it. To make the advanced basic circuit, it's pretty simple. It's just a basic upgrade. Clicked on the wrong one. So you just need enriched alloy with the basic control circuit, so let's put those in. So that's 2 of those. Now let's get our osmium compressor. So steel casing in the middle, 2 buckets, the advanced control circuit, and enriched alloy. There we are, that's all our stuff done. So let's go and connect these up. Where should we put them? Don't really want things in front of the window. So I'm not sure if I put it next to it, if that'll automatically charge. Let's just leave a gap. And there's the power for that. So, keep forgetting to do that. Right. There we are, there's our osmium compressor. All ready to go. And our smelter. So let's just get some more just to give it a test, make sure that's working. So let's get some iron ore. In you go. There we are, just a 1 for 1, that's fine. Save some of that just in case we need any. So we'll leave it there for today. Next week we'll be able to make our robit, hopefully. I need to make some obsidian dust and some sort of osmium dust. But we'll do that next week. Well, next episode at least, probably not next week. So, bye bye for now, and I'll see you again next time in Resonant Rise.